Kawhi's return to the Raptors appears to have gotten more complicated.
Okay, I am not saying Steve Ballmer and Kawhi Leonard are not guilty of violating the salary cap.
I happen, for what it's worth, to think it's a very important rule in terms of promoting competitiveness and equal playing field across the league. But whether I agreed with it or not, it's the rule. And we've absolutely abided by that.
But what I am saying is that the timing of this investigation is awfully suspicious.
This is egregious if it's true.
It was first reported in September of 2025, nearly a year ago, and the league acknowledged it for a couple news cycles, and then it seemingly went away. No punishments dished out to any party involved. Kawhi Leonard played the entire 2025-26 season without consequence. This story was forgotten about until...
Seems like leaving LA is the theme of the day, as the Clippers have agreed on the framework of a deal with Toronto to send Kawhi Leonard back to the Raptors.
I made a video about this mid-July, well before LeBron announced he was going to Philly. And on said video, I guaranteed that LeBron was leaving the West and going back to the East because the conference is so much easier. LeBron's plan was to team stack with whichever team could accumulate the most talent around him, and then would cakewalk to the East Finals to likely take on the Knicks and then hope for the best. But then Kawhi Leonard throws a major monkey wrench in that plan when announcing he's going to Toronto. And you may think, what's Kawhi got to do with LeBron James and which team he joins? Because LeBron has actually been exposed as being afraid of Kawhi Leonard. Look at this clip for yourself and tell me if LeBron looks scared.
Kawhi Leonard checks in the game as LeBron James is shooting a free throw.
That face?
He was not happy about that, Wall. He was not enthusiastic. Now, if I was coming in the game, he would have thrown a parade. And so, the greatness of Kawhi Leonard.
Could you imagine Kobe getting agitated because a tough defender is checking in to guard him?
Could you see the fear in people's eyes at the top of the key?
I tell you what, one thing I know about basketball, this beautiful game, is I can tell when somebody's scared of me. I mean, the eyes never lie. You can sense fear in people. This is something you gotta know. You can't teach this. I remember before the tip-off, I would look at my opponent and I would just look at him. As soon as he turned his head, got his.
Did you do it during the national anthem? Mine was during the national anthem, just right here. For the land of the free. No. Oh, got him. Yeah, so it was similar. That's crazy.
So he said the one guy that wouldn't look away was Tim Duncan. Who was the one guy that never showed fear when you looked in his eyes? Who was it for you?
Mamba.
Oh, Mamba. Kobe.
I'm scared of nobody out there.
No, because Kobe wants to conquer the elite competition. LeBron, on the other hand, wants to dodge the elite competition.
I can tell when somebody's scared of me. I mean, the eyes never lie. You can sense fear in people.
He wants to join the elite competition.
In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Which is precisely why he chose to sign with Philly only after they traded for Jaylen Brown.
So the wheels are in motion. You get Jaylen Brown. What kind of role did that move have in landing LeBron James?
Yeah. Without getting Jaylen, I don't think we get LeBron. Obviously Jaylen's one of the best players in the league, and to get him onto the roster with Tyrese, with VJ, with Joel, and then some of the free agents we got, obviously, before all this, it changed the game for us.
And you might say, we already know LeBron jumps from super team to super team. But what's that have to do with Kawhi going to the Raptors? Well, when the trade was first announced, Brian Windhorst sums it up perfectly in this clip here.
I know that the Giannis Antetokounmpo move was a power move by the Heat, and I think that they're going to have time over the next couple of years to really build around that. But when you talk about something that's actually changed the balance of power in the Eastern Conference, it's this move. The Raptors were this close to making the second round this year. They've got a powerful young player in Scottie Barnes who is ascendant, and they got him a running mate in this trade.
Kawhi Leonard and Scottie Barnes on the Raptors are perfectly built to beat LeBron's super team. Now, let me clarify. Of course, if Joel Embiid and Jaylen Brown are both healthy in the playoffs, they'd beat the Raptors even with Kawhi. But they wouldn't even need LeBron for that. The Sixers will go as far as Joel Embiid's health takes them. But there's no reason to believe Embiid will be healthy for a deep playoff run. Therefore, LeBron would need to turn back the clock 8 years and get some favorable matchups, which would be a lot easier to do in the Eastern Conference. But a Kawhi-Scottie Barnes duo in Toronto would beat a LeBron-led Sixers without Joel Embiid. And that's where LeBron's panic is coming in. LeBron wants no part of Kawhi. And I know this sounds absurd, but I believe Klutch Sports is working with Adam Silver behind the scenes to block the Kawhi Leonard trade to make it easier for LeBron. Because the league is throwing out one last Hail Mary to help LeBron try to win another ring so that Klutch can spin the narrative that LeBron James is the GOAT. But Silver is stuck between a rock and a hard place because he can't go against Steve Ballmer, who is the richest owner in the league, and deal with a huge potential lawsuit. So he absolves him of any wrongdoing.
Circling back to our breaking news at the top of the hour, the NBA has found no evidence showing Clippers owner Steve Ballmer funneled money through team sponsors to pay Kawhi Leonard in order to circumvent the salary cap, sources told ESPN.
But Kawhi is still under investigation, huh? Make that make sense. If Ballmer is deemed innocent, then you have to deem Kawhi innocent as well, because the two of them are joined at the hip in this case. But Adam Silver has to drag out this investigation and keep Kawhi in timeout to keep him out of the Eastern Conference and away from LeBron. And another clip from Brian Windhorst back in July confirms exactly what I'm saying.
And because Adam Silver said way back on June 3rd that it was time to wrap up the investigation, and because there had been no indication from the league that any penalty was coming, the Raptors and Clippers operated as if there was not going to be a significant penalty.
So on June 3rd, Adam Silver was about to wrap up this investigation and there wasn't going to be any significant penalties. But then on June 30th, Kawhi gets traded to the Raptors.
As the Clippers have agreed on the framework of a deal with Toronto to send Kawhi Leonard back to the Raptors.
And 12 days later, the investigation is taking longer than expected.
Now to that developing story in the NBA. The Clippers releasing a statement saying they've been informed by the league that their trade of Kawhi to the Raptors is on hold until the league completes its investigation of the team in the coming weeks. The NBA is trying to determine if the Clippers circumvented the salary cap to pay Leonard more by using no-work contracts through a company that Clippers owner Steve Ballmer invested in.
And yet the question I have, Tony, is why did this particular development take 9 days to become public after the trade was made public on June 30th? That's what's confusing to me. It doesn't really make a ton of sense.
Again, let me clarify. I'm not saying Kawhi Leonard is innocent. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve punishment, because he absolutely does. But he should have been punished last year. And Adam Silver was just going to sweep this under the rug completely until Kawhi got traded to the Raptors. Kawhi on the Raptors with Scottie Barnes completely changes the landscape in the East.
But when you talk about something that's actually changed the balance of power in the Eastern Conference, it's this move.
And now he's under investigation and facing potential suspension only because LeBron was plotting his return back to the Eastern Conference. So they're investigating if the Clippers circumvented the salary cap to pay Kawhi more, but they just announced days ago that they found nothing on Clippers owner Steve Ballmer.
Circling back to our breaking news at the top of the hour, the NBA has found no evidence showing Clippers owner Steve Ballmer funneled money through team sponsors to pay Kawhi Leonard in order to circumvent the salary cap, sources told ESPN.
So if there was nothing found, why has Kawhi not been cleared and this trade to the Raptors not processed? And you may say, well, no one knew where LeBron was going at that time, so that trade got put on hold before LeBron announced he was going to Philly.
I mean, people have seen everything that's been coming out regarding, my free agency and things of that nature.
And that may be true. And maybe LeBron wasn't sure which team he was going to at that time. But he did know he was going back to the East. And if he knew that, then so did Adam Silver. You'd have to be naive to believe otherwise. All these big money players work together behind the scenes.
Welcome. What a pleasant surprise, Rain.
And I know House of Cards is just a fictional TV series, but if you watch it, it gives you a glimpse of how the rich and powerful work together behind the scenes. Even those who are publicly opposed. It's all about doing favors for one another.
How about this? You help me repair my relationship with Garrett. Dan and I here get the money flowing back in the right direction.
Doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democrat, you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back.
But of course, nobody believes it. And nobody ever will. Because that's how good we are.
And it's the exact same thing in these professional sports leagues and the media and the agents and their agencies, which is why Rich Paul and Klutch Sports is able to work with the networks and get them to spin narratives to favor LeBron.
This is what Kawhi Leonard did. There's no way that he should walk away from this unscathed. This is very, very bad. Should be entertained that Kawhi Leonard should be banned for a year.
And in return, the elites will come knocking one day and call on a favor from LeBron. That's the way this game works. And right now, they're doing LeBron a solid by keeping Kawhi Leonard out of the East to offer LeBron the path of least resistance.